Okay, absolutely. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 16th City Council meeting here in the city of Waukegan, April 16th, I'm sorry. I got caught listening over here for a second and I lost track of what I was doing. I do apologize. I do this all the time in the office, so it's nothing new for me to start doing it up here. But could we have the roll call, please, Mr. Clerk?
Alderman Newsom.
Here.
Alderman Tempest. Present. Alderman May.
Present.
Alderman Valco.
Present.
Alderman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Cunningham.
Present.
Alderman Conkin.
Present.
Alderman Moiseo.
Yep.
Alderman Beedling.
Present. All right, we have a quorum. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. And I'd like to read something real quick before we go into our moment of silence. I was going to save this for Mayor's comments. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to do that after I read this, and then we're going to do the moment of silence followed by the pledge. It is with regret that I have to announce the passing of one of our police officers here in the city of Waukegan. Officer Mark Sturdivant passed away on Thursday. The funeral was held on Sunday, and I was so glad to see that it was well attended, showing that the family and the police department has a great support network. That notwithstanding, I want to encourage our residents and business owners to reach out and offer assistance to the family in this time of their great need. If you are interested in helping, please call my office or the office of Police Chief Dan Greathouse, and we will provide you with all the necessary information needed to be of assistance. So during our moment of silence, please offer your prayers and thoughts for the family, and let's all pull together as a community to help them see this trying time through. This was a great loss. This was a young guy, and it was totally unforeseen, and he's certainly going to be missed in the family, the city of Waukegan's family. So please be willing to reach out. Any little bit will help the family. And so thank you very much. If we could all please rise for the moment of silence. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Well, I have some comments to make tonight. First, actually today, I met with our ComEd representative in regards to their response to last year's storm events. They are going to be doing some storm hardening work up here that will help but never eliminate some of the issues we experienced from last year's events. As we all remember last year, there's no way you could be ready for that. That was just such thorough destruction that other than burying every inch of their line, there's not much that can be done, but they are doing some things that they hope will help offset and minimize the impact of future outages. This is all part of the Energy Infrastructure Modernization Act that was enacted last October by our state legislators. They are also adding an additional 20% to their numbers of first responders for events like last year, the same percentage of field advisors, supervisors, and are adding 50% to the number of outside contract crews that can be brought in. While these efforts, again, will not prevent an outage like we experienced last year, it may help to bring us back online sooner. Let's just hope we never have to find out, because it would be nice to kind of have a few years without something like that happening again. Second, I would like to suggest that I think we need to convene the casino committee fairly soon to decide what the city is going to do relative to the casino effort. I have heard through the grapevine that Senator Link is looking to move his bill in May, so we need to decide if we still want the casino in Waukegan, or will we be willing to take the revenue sharing agreement that was presented with some modifications. I think that, I'm a bird in a hand sort of guy when it comes to deals like this. So if the money is there and it is a deal we can all live with, which is 50% of the revenue plus additionals, I myself would take the money and run. But it is a decision that the City Council has to make. And I would suggest that maybe sometime in the next few weeks that the aldermen convene a meeting. And even if it's a special call, committee of the whole or something like that, that we get together and have a discussion as to what direction you would like to take relative to the casino, because I think time may be running out. But then again, you also hear that nothing's going to happen for years on this, but I'd rather err on the side of caution and have ourselves ready if something does. Last week, we met with the owner of the auto repair shop and the owner of the dress shop located by Belvedere and Lincoln. I would like to request that the chairman of the Judiciary Committee allow another look at this issue and entertain a solution that allows some parking on Lincoln in a limited fashion so that those businesses can effectively serve their customers. I do recognize the concern of the neighbors, but any solution needs to rest on effective compromise, and I think we need to see if we can resolve this matter in the middle ground that exists between the residents and the businesses asking for relief. And I would ask, too, that the alderman of the ward be included in any discussions, and you make sure that he is apprised of anything that comes through committee and long before it gets to the City Council. But they were very concerned about their ability to have customers come into their places of business because, as we all know, there really is no parking on Belvedere Street, and Lincoln is their closest outlet for their customers to park and then walk to the business. This week is Art Walk again, and I want to encourage everyone to come down and enjoy themselves. There'll be lots of good music and the usual arts-related entertainment activities. If you haven't been to one, I keep saying this, but if you haven't been to one, you don't know what you're missing, because January and February of this year, and I'm going to say it again, you couldn't find a parking place on Genesee Street. That doesn't happen very often. So we're very proud of the effect that this is having and the people that it's bringing into our community, and hope that everybody in this room will take part in it as well. That concludes my comments. We next have audience time. Bear with me. I've set the piece of paper down. Here it is. I've got it. First up, we have Loretta Pabble. Loretta, if you'd like to come up to the microphone, please. And if you wouldn't mind, give your address, please. And if I said the name wrong, correct me, too, because I'm terrible on that.
Okay, I get pabbled all the time. It's Loretta Pabble, 434 Hickory Street, Waukegan, Illinois. I'm here tonight to implore the City Council to make adequate appropriations to ensure the quality of life in Waukegan, specifically to restore police protection and plan to improve blighted and troubled properties. In my 18 years as a Waukegan homeowner, I have never been so outraged at the impact of crime and blight on my neighborhood in this city. In the past 2 years, my family has been the victim of robbery and vandalism. I have seen drug deals in broad daylight at the corner of Ash and Grand Avenue. My neighbors have been robbed at gunpoint, but all of that pales in comparison to the carjacking and murder of Carlos Hernandez at 6:30 in the morning, moments before I went out to walk my dog. Neighborhood watch and community involvement are only part of the solution to our crime and blight problem. There must be adequate numbers of police officers to respond to calls. On 2 occasions in 2 years, we have called on crimes in progress: prostitution at 3 p.m. as children walked by on their way home from school, and burglary at 10 p.m. In both cases, the crime was over and the criminals left before police had the opportunity to respond. These crimes happened within a third of the mile of our police station, which tells me that we do not have adequate numbers of police officers to respond. All of this, like I said, a third of the mile from our police station. All of our redevelopment efforts and proposed revenue streams, from attracting builders, theater patrons, gamblers, taxpayers, everything rests on having a secure and safe community with good quality of life. No one wants to live, work, visit, or patronize a town rife with blight and crime. $10 million is a great deal of money. However, compared to the millions we have already spent on rehabbing the Genesee, paying consultants for plans and lovely drawings, purchasing lands for a non-existent casino, really, when you think about it, $10 million is quite a bargain. I ask this council to look at the debt required for adequate police and blight removal as the mortgage on the safety, security, and well-being of everyone who lives, works, or visits the city of Waukegan. What is the value of our lives and safety? What's the value of the children at the high school or the elementary school children who have to walk back and forth to neighborhood schools? What's the value of the lives and safety of my children? What's the value of them being able to play and enjoy their neighborhood? $10 million seems like a bargain, and I think the family of Carlos Hernandez would agree. Thank you.
Thank you, Loretta. Well said. Next is Violet Rickard.
Good evening. My name is Violet Ricker. I live at 203 West Water Street, and I'm also the director of Waukegan Main Street, which is our downtown development nonprofit organization. I just want to take a few minutes to let you know about some of the other good things that are happening in the neighborhood lately. We have an exciting week coming up this week with, as the mayor mentioned, Art Walk this Saturday. It's also the Latino Film Festival at the Genesee Theater. We have 3 very exciting films coming up. The following Tuesday, Waukegan Main Street is hosting an event called Night on Main Street, and we'd love for you all to attend. It's an opportunity for us to showcase a lot of the progress that's been made in the neighborhood, both commercial and residential, and for interested entrepreneurs to come take a look at some of our available spaces, and for people who might be looking to move into the up-and-coming neighborhood to join us. We're also going to have some staff from Art Space available there that evening, we just found out, who will be there to tell us more about the project and keep us informed about the tenant information sessions that will be starting in May. And that project is still on track for residents to start moving in around Thanksgiving. So we're really looking forward to bringing new residents into the neighborhood. There's a lot more going on, and if you'd check out the flyers that are on the table out there, please pick up some about what's happening in downtown Waukegan, and you can also visit our website at waukeganmainstreet.org. Thanks.
Thank you, Violet, and thanks to Main Street for all the work that they put in for our downtown. And that concludes the public comment audience time. Now we will go to minutes. I'll take a motion by Alderman Cunningham, seconded by Alderman Valco, to approve the minutes of April 2nd, 2012, regular meeting and executive session minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Now we have a couple of resolutions before us this evening. First up is a resolution for a good friend of mine, Mr. Hank Bogdala. We appointed Hank to the Port Authority Board a while back, and he served for, I think it was about a year, wasn't it? Maybe a little bit longer? 3 years, I'm sorry. Time frame on it just escapes me. But the current president of the board is here, and he asked if he would be allowed to speak before we read our proclamation. And please, Mr. Torres, if you'd like to come up.
My name is George Torres. My address is 2912 Cypress on the 8th Ward. First of all, Mayor, members of City Council, thank you for allowing us to do this presentation. As you will know, it's very hard to find a volunteer in any committees and organization. And Hank was a volunteer for our Port District in Waukegan. He was not a lame duck. He got involved. He got involved in everything, and he was proactive. If I may, Hank, I'd like to present as part of the Waukegan Port District a plaque for his effort and dedication to our board. Hank Bogdala, Sr.
Thank you. Thank you. Indeed, it's always a pleasure to serve. It's been a long haul for my wife Beverly and I. I think we've been doing different things for about 60 years together now. And, you know, it's an honor to receive something like this tonight and be recognized. And we know that we've accrued fortunes of memories through the years. However, some of them have been bought with tears. But we still survived, and we went on. And when you approach retirement like we have, we're still going to be semi-active. But, you know, different things happen once you retire. Just one little incident I'll mention. The other night we were having dinner at Louis North Avenue, and I knew I had $60 in my pocket. So Beverly, I told her I didn't want to spend any of that. And as usual, she paid by check and put the tip on there also. So before we left, I found out I didn't have $60 in my pocket. I had 40. And I turned to Beverly and I said, "Did you take a 20 out of my pocket?" She says, "No." And I started to get a little worried, you know, reaching retirement age. But anyway, we got home and I asked her again. And she said, "No, I didn't take a 20 out of your pocket." So the next morning came, and I'm kind of a meticulous type guy, and I asked her again. And I could see she was getting angry. So I asked her one more time a couple hours later. She says, "Hank, I told you 4 or 5 times I didn't take a 20 out of your pocket. I took 2 10s. Thank you all.
Thanks. Hank, stay up there, please, for a moment. Hank, would you stay up there? Bev, would you mind joining Hank for a moment?
Ready?
Let's let her get up there for a second. You gonna go down there and get your picture? You gonna go down there with him? Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Clerk, if you would read the proclamation from the City of Waukegan.
This is Resolution 12R23. Whereas Henry Hank Bogdala is an outstanding role model who has contributed much to our community, and whereas Henry Hank Bogdala served in a variety of city duties appointments, including chairman of Waukegan Port Authority, and whereas Henry Hank Bogdala has worked with the residents of our community and has assisted in the resolution of many community issues, and whereas Henry Hank Bogdala is a positive and effective influence in our community, now therefore be resolved that Mayor Sabanjan and the members of the Waukegan City Council, Waukegan, Illinois, extend their sincere appreciation for the distinguished services he has rendered to our community and wish him the best for continued success in all future endeavors. Further be resolved that as soon as we boss copy of this resolution signed by the mayor and city clerk be presented to Henry Hank Bogdala, dated the 16th day of April, 2012.
Move that the resolution be approved as presented.
We have a motion by Alderman Tempest, seconded by Alderman Moiseo to approve as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I think you deserve a round of applause.
Mayor, I'm so glad you have Bev there because it's not right just one of them without the other. They're quite a team.
Joined at the hip in a good way. They're certainly two of the best partners I've ever met in my whole life, thanks to my mom and dad. So you've done a great job. Thank you. Sure.
My wife and I thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. And there are good people down at the Port District, like Jamie O'Mara. She's the chief accountant. Whenever we needed money, she found it. And there are good people down there like all of you folks here. And it's been a pleasure to know you all. And we'll be seeing you in all the familiar places. Thank you again. Thanks. Okay. Okay.
That went good. That went good.
Well, it's nice to recognize somebody who's not only a personal friend, but a friend to the whole community. So I want to thank you very much for everything that you've done over the years. I think people who work for this city and work to help it for decades, things get forgotten because it's just the passage of time. But, all I have to do is remember you standing out in front of the Benny statue singing, and you know what, that's all the memory I need. So again, Hank, thank you so much for everything you've done. Next, we have a resolution, and this is for a program that works with Waukegan students and has done a lot to help further the cause of education in the city of Waukegan. It's known as the Bravo Waukegan Music Program. And if the recipients would like to stand and come up to the podium, we'll have the clerk read the resolution. Mr. Clerk.
This is Resolution 12R24. Whereas our community recognizes that a quality music program is essential to community well-being. And whereas Bravo Waukegan supports the music program of the Waukegan Public Schools, and in addition offers after-school and summer music programs and opportunities. And whereas Bravo Waukegan believes that studying music promotes self-discipline, group cooperation, self-esteem, and academic achievement. And whereas Bravo Waukegan is currently developing music programs that will enable Waukegan children to share more fully in the rich and diverse music of this area. Now therefore be resolved that Mayor Sabanjan and the members of Waukegan City Council extend to Bravo Waukegan their deep appreciation for their distinguished service in this project and acknowledge their dedication and commitment to the growth of music in our community. Further be resolved that a suitably glossed copy of this resolution signed by the mayor and city clerk be presented to the members of Bravo Waukegan, dated the 16th day of April, 2012.
Great. Could I have a motion from Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman Tempest, to approve the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. And, you know, before I walk down, let's give them a round of applause. I just want to say that we owe a debt of gratitude to people who come up and help make our schools a better place, schools that more families want to attend, and we really do appreciate it. Is there any kind of comment that you would like to offer for this evening? Oh, well, I guess we better step around so we can do the official.
saw his sister the other day, too. What about her?
Okay, great.
The camera reminds me a little bit of my computer this afternoon. So you got copies of some of the work that we've been doing, and you'll notice a lot of typos. It went down. No editing, so forgive me. You also spoke of the people being joined at the hip, and we are joined at the hip. We started this program almost 3 years ago, and it has been a joy and a pleasure to work with the school system and with the children of Waukegan. They are wonderful children. They deserve the very best possible education, and of course we have just kind of carved out a bit of the music. I'd like to say that when we first started, Karen, I knew her slightly, and we started by having a list of projects that would truly help the school music department and that the teachers themselves identified. It wasn't somebody coming in from the outside. And we've sort of carefully gone down that list and added quite a few more as it's gone on. And so it's been a real cooperative effort. And we think we're making some real progress. And we're looking forward to better days ahead. I want to thank you and thank all of you for this wonderful certificate and award. It means a lot. It really does. Now, you say something.
Oh, I guess I'll say something. I'm Karen Griffin. I teach at Carmen, Clark, Glen Flora, Little Fort, and McCall. This is my 12th year in the district. I'm lead teacher for 20 schools, for the middle schools and all the elementary. And working with Pat has been incredible. Bravo Waukegan is responsible for the rental of the Genesee Theater next week for our middle school festival. I'm responsible for figuring out how 700 kids go from here to there, and we're okay. We're doing okay. But it's been wonderful, and it's such a boost, I think, certainly for me as a teacher and for all our teachers, but also for the kids, because I think if they can get a little bit more of self-confidence, a little bit more of the excitement that they get when they walk on that stage is awesome. And I think it'll help. We're trying to help the community. We're trying to do all we can to help everybody up here. So it's a joy, and I'm grateful to have a job every day, and I'm grateful that I'm here every day. So thank you.
Well, thanks, everybody. And, you know, I'm a big believer in the concept that, you know, no life, no human being, no living, thinking creature is complete without the arts at the core. And, you know, I think a lot builds out from that. So, you know, thank you for everything you're doing to help our students in Waukegan. All right, that concludes resolutions, proclamations, and presentations. We now move on to committee reports. First up, committee is Judiciary Committee. Alderman Lisa May, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Our first item is the Judiciary Committee recommends to adopt an ordinance as presented, repealing Section 21-20 of Chapter 21, Traffic and Motor Vehicles of the City Code of the City of Waukegan regarding the impoundment of vehicles, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Moiseo. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
The next item we have is the Judiciary Committee recommends to adopt an ordinance as presented, amending Section 21-137 of Chapter 21, Traffic and Motor Vehicles of the City Code of the City of Waukegan, adding a new Section 8I to the City Code regarding, 13I to the City Code regarding damage or destruction to any immobilizer or immobilization equipment. But Alderman Valco, I believe he has an amendment to this?
I would, Madam Chair. With Mayor, I'd like to move for an amendment on, halfway down the page on the ordinance is Section 1. 3 lines below that, it states, "It shall be unlawful for any person to injure, damage, or otherwise destroy any immobilizer," and so forth. I've spoken with Corporation Counsel, and my amendment is to remove injure. It's a little hard to injure an immobilizer, and they're fine with leaving it. It shall be unlawful for any person to damage, no comma, or otherwise destroy any immobilizer, and so forth. And I'd like to make that motion, sir.
Okay, we have the motion by Alderman Valco, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call on the amendment, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Now we will move to adopt the motion as amended. We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Moiseo. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken. Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Ayes have it. That concludes that's it for the evening. Okay, now we move to Public Works Committee. Alderman Moiseo.
Yes, item A. Request permission for payment of the invoice for membership with Swelco. Motion to recommend that the City Council authorize the proper city officials permission for the payment of the invoice for membership with Swelco for an amount not to exceed $29,192. Funds for this have been budgeted in line item 100-712-824460, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman Rivera. Roll call, please.
I'd like to speak to that, please.
Oh, yes, Alderman, please. I didn't realize you wanted to speak to it. Sorry.
I sure do. If you'd like to hold it over, probably I'll speak to it first. Swalco. You have to know the history. I don't think anybody else in the council knows the history. We chose to join Swalco, and we gave them a payment where they were going to have a cell for us in case at one time we would need it, and there'd be no additional payments. 5 or 6 years ago, they decided our vote structure, we had a board, we're a city of over 90,000, same vote that a town has with 1,000, so it wasn't equal that way. You get the small communities could dominate the board. And then they decided that they were going to assess $1 per household on the city of Waukegan. I objected to an outside source putting a fee on us when we joined to the idea there'd be no other fees just to help cooperate. They do get a tipping fee at the local landfill sites. They get a tipping fee. Now they want to come back, and I don't know how it got in the budget. It's a new item, so someone put it in the budget. It's a new item, because it hasn't been in the budget for the last 3 years. This is a new item in the budget, which wasn't disclosed to me earlier, but I find out tonight. SWACO, I don't know of why we would want to give them $1 a household, and they dealt, next year it could be $2, the next year it could be $3. We were taken off their board, our members. I was a member of SWACO, because we refused to pay it. Refused to pay it. And we're in a budget crisis right now, I hear. 40 policemen down, but we got money to give SWACO tonight. Hey, they get federal funding. A lot of the programs they have to give to us because they accepted the federal money to do it. And how much are they making per year? What is their director making? I bet he's making more than our fire chief and police chief. I know our library making more. That bothers me also. Where do you draw the line? Great library, by the way. We do have that. So I think rather than coming up tonight, I don't know how much you talked about it in committee, but I think all of you ought to do your homework. And do you want to?
I agree, and the reason I got it out here is I wanted you to give us a history lesson.
Oh, okay. I'm good at that.
Well, yeah, sometimes I do use my brain, and I knew that, and I told Mr. Haggerty we'll get this out on committee, we'll get it to the council floor, and we can get a little history lesson from Coach. And if you recall, Coach, I was with you the last time on that. I do have some questions for what do we get for our $29,000? What's our value? If you want to hold this over, I have no problem with that, so that we can make everybody more comfortable.
Hold on a second, just one moment, Alderman Rivera.
Before you hold it over, Mr. Chairman, let's talk about what are the positives. Why are we going back to SWALCO? What are the positives of this?
They have helped us when we had to that certified compost pile. Tom, you might have to help me on this, make sure I get the facts right. When we had to have the compost pile, they helped, and they did pay for some of it, if I'm right. Yeah, they paid for 50% of the compost pile on Pershing Road, correct, Tom?
Yes, that's correct. Tom, why don't you come up to the mic so that we can catch this for the record, if you wouldn't mind. But I'd like to add something real quick, if I could. One of the reasons that we're going to need a partnership here is very simple. There's a new law regarding electronics. Right. Nothing electronic can be thrown in the garbage. You can get it not only where they take it out, but it could go beyond that. It is illegal to put it in the garbage. We don't have the system or the wherewithal to be able to go door to door collecting as somebody throws a TV out, throws an amplifier, throws a computer monitor, an old computer, the board, whatever it might be. All of these things are things that are now, by and large, banned from the general landfill and require special handling. The manpower to be able to do that is above what we have right now. It would take overtime. I'm just saying that my bet would be that we would end up paying probably about this much in overtime, if not more. And it would take away from providing service, the attention to the infrastructure issues that we have, as well as other things. That was one of the prime reasons that I talked about getting this back on, having the partnership. Having the ability to be able to have events at our city yards, to take even things that are other than the electronics. Hazardous waste things, cans of paint, thinner, things like that. These are all things you can't put in your garbage, and we can't just put in the landfills anymore. It could end up costing us a lot more than $33,000 as we go through the year trying to catch up. Yes, it's a recession, but you look at the consumer electronic industry, it moves very quickly, and people are still buying things. So I just don't want to end up having to send Tom's guys out day after day to pick up a loose TV here, a computer here, a motherboard here, whatever it might be.
They're not going to pick them up, Your Honor, if I may speak to your points. Number one, electronic collection department. We've had that at city yards. They got a federal grant. They have to have them for us also, without our $1 per household. Idea of paints and that, You can take the paints to Gurnee at their station. They have a place where you can take it. Electronics, you can take them over. There's a place in Waukegan where they will accept them free.
It's on Lakewood Avenue as long as there's parts of the TV that hasn't been removed. If parts of them have been removed, they will not accept them.
And when you put them on the curb, they get removed. They're broken into and the good parts are taken for scrap.
That's more than likely, that's a
And more
pretty good
likely,
assumption.
who would take them then anyway? SWACO wouldn't take them either.
You know, that's a good question. I can't answer
I know
all your
it's a good-
questions on Swalco. How about if I were to see if I could get the executive director here for the next meeting?
I think we need more
Sure.
information, Mayor.
That'd be fine.
How about if I tried to do that, and would you like him the next meeting or the next meeting for Public Works?
I don't want to hold it over until we get, people are done.
Well, I mean, we have 2 weeks, and you could have a committee
For the first
meeting in between.
May, is that what we'd like to do?
Sure.
That'd be fine with me.
Whatever the council-
Whatever makes the alderman happy, that's okay.
Well, don't spend the money would make me happy.
Well, I understand, but, you know, we are, I mean, things are changing. Things are evolving out there that we need to try to keep up with. But I do understand your concern about the past issues with the relationship. And so we need to get some, I think it would be worth having him come in to answer
I will
questions.
see if I can get Mr. Willis.
Yeah, we're definitely in a new age of electronics, so.
No
you know,
kidding.
People have to,
And
we have to have somewhere to,
There is a way, there is without the a dollar given, but have him come and present his case to the whole city council so we all understand
that's a real good
exactly what
idea.
they have to offer.
I have no problem with that, so we're going to hold this over. But I will say that part of my concern about relying on people to do this themselves is that we're going to end up with our abandoned properties with stuff dropped on it.
It's happening already.
It is happening, but
Putting TVs out, if you have the SWACO or not, they're putting it on the curb, the junkers are coming by.
some
They
of them.
bang the TV and take the stuff out they want, the lead and so
Yeah.
forth, and they leave the thing there. So the rest of the way, I guess you get rid of, take a sledgehammer and break up the glass and put it in a bag, I
You
guess.
can't put it in a landfill.
Well,
TVs and electronics are not allowed.
And
in
where's it going?
landfill. It's all recycled.
That's a secret.
It's actually
It's
a
not
lot of,
secret, it is all recycled.
yeah, it's taken
Where are you
apart.
putting asbestos?
what, a point of order, point of order.
Hold on a second.
Dumpster in the landfill.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Alderman Moiseo?
Coaching again, one of my reasons was to get it here was I knew you had a lot of questions about this, and I wanted to get them answered. And I understand your point, and I feel the same way. What are we getting for $29,000? What are we getting? If you're going to charge the city of Waukegan, we got to get some service out of that. And I think that's a good idea, Tom. Have the gentleman come and outline the services that we're getting for the $29,000.
And we also giving them a tipping fee. When we take our garbage to dump with Viola, they're charging them a tipping fee, which is back charged to us. So don't think they're not in our pockets already.
Coach, I was with you last time on this. I just want to, I want to get it out here so we could discuss it and get it moving. But I think Mr. Haggerty's idea of bringing the gentleman here will help us. So with that, let's hold this over and move to the next one.
Absolutely.
Thank
No
you.
problem. One thing I do want to, a lot of people may not be aware of this, but the number one source of gold in the world is recycled electronics, more than all the mines combined.
That's why the little place out here wants.
Silver?
But the thing is, we have to make sure people are willing to take them there. That's my big concern, is that they won't be willing to take them there. But let's see what happens when we get a chance to discuss this with if we get the head of SWALCO here or his representative, and see where we end up. So, okay, Public Works.
Item B, motion to recommend that the city council authorize the proper city officials' permission to approve change order number 1 for Northern Divers USA to complete the cleaning process at the water filtration plant for an amount not to exceed $75,000. Funds for this are available in line item 555-9160-27018, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman Rivera. Roll call, please. Or if I could interject, this is what I was speaking to when I spoke during my mayor's comments.
It's a mess.
This is what they're working on.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye. Ayes have it.
Item C, motion to recommend that the city council authorize the proper city officials permission to extend the current mosquito abatement contract with Clark Environmental for an amount not to exceed $64,000. Funds are available in line item 100-910-624425, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Could I ask some questions?
Oh, yes, Alderman Tempest.
I always like to ask questions. Well, mosquito contract, got to go way back. We went to the mosquito contract when we sprayed the wrong kind of chemical ourselves one time. It was motor fuel oil instead of, and ruined some bushes and everything else. We went to Clark mosquito. Then we got the bees to worry about. Then we got some people don't want to spray. Then we've got the idea of treating the sewers and so forth. In the contract that we have, did anybody sit down with Tom and you guys review the contract to see exactly what we're getting in the contract? Has the contract changed at all? Same dollars as it was last year? How many sprays are we going to get? And I just, well, I'll tell you why. I'm kind of thinking about going into the bee business. And if my neighbors don't complain, according to our city ordinance, I can have bees. And if my neighbors don't complain, I might have to take a few steak dinners or something. I don't know. But
Tom?
Go ahead, Tom.
What is
On the
contract.
The particulars of the
The
contract.
contract last time it was bid was $80,000. To save money, that the $80,000 include 3 sprayings and multiple catch basin applications. And it's a, there's some traps to test for West Nile.
Traps.
Well, whatever, it was in there. What we have now is, everything is the same, except we have 1 less spraying. Instead of three citywide sprayings, we have 2 citywide sprayings, and saved us $16,000 by dropping 1 citywide spraying. So that's how we arrived at $64,000.
And that depends upon the weather, what kind of
It depends on the weather, depends on the rain, it depends on when the broods are predicted to hatch as to when they spray. It's kind of strategic as to when they do spray.
Ponds.
The ponds, they do spray the ponds by aerial.
I thought
They have a helicopter that goes up and sprays the ponds and stuff.
They put some fish in there to eat the mosquito.
They can do, more than welcome to do that. That's,
More money.
Alderman Beedling.
Does this spray kill anything other than mosquitoes?
no, it does not. It's 100% approved by the federal government, the EPA. There are some people in town who choose not to have it near them. You call them and say you don't want to be, when they go by your house, you want to turn the sprayer off, they do that.
Yeah, they never did it by my house. And
Well,
as
you
I
probably
stated in
never
the
asked.
committee meeting, I don't have air conditioning, and I quite often have a box stand in my window, and
Oh, yeah, look out.
it's aimed right up at my second floor bedroom window there when they go by.
Yeah, it's not a chemical, though, if I remember
No,
correctly.
it's not.
It's
half-life.
It's a biomaterial.
It's a half-life.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a biological, it's a created, artificially
nerve
created,
gas.
sort of like a biological material.
not bad for the
It's not a
human,
nerve
it's bad for the
gas. No, it's not a
mosquito.
nerve
It's a
gas,
nerve
Alderman,
gas.
don't say that, please. It's
Is
not a
it?
nerve gas, though.
No, I believe it is.
No.
According to
It has
Dr.
no,
Barstow,
it has
is.
nothing that actually will work with the human system.
It says there,
That's what we have, that's what I've read about it, and so.
All right, point
I
of
just
order.
remember growing up, I used to hear the crickets at night, and it seems like since they started doing that years ago, I don't hear the crickets anymore. They're all gone. I don't see grasshoppers. What happened to all these things?
I don't know, I
they
can't
run in
speak.
cycles. It's their cycle not to be here. They'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be
Other
back.
than the ones
yeah.
I hear from my tinnitus in the ear, I haven't heard them in decades.
If you have as bad as I do, it always sounds like there's crickets going.
Crickets
It
right now?
Never stops. But one thing I'd like to let everybody know, too, that this is a changing game. There is a new technology, and it's coming very quick because they're using it in Florida, some other locations around the Gulf. It'll work its way up here. That is actually engineering and breeding, creating mosquitoes that when they breed with other mosquitoes, they do not produce something viable. And so, to a certain point, you want a population to die off, but you have to also remember that there are large species of birds and types of bats that survive wholly on mosquitoes. And we do not want to eliminate all of them. But we also can't breed a bat population in the city of Waukegan because their waste is dangerous and they carry rabies. So I think for now, we're stuck with this in between. And we keep looking for other options as we go along.
Call for the question.
Call for the question. We have the motion and the second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
No.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco. Aye. Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Aye. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
No.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
And item D, motion to recommend that the City Council authorize the proper city officials' permission to approve the motor fuel tax resolution for the purposes of being able to bid and purchase certain materials, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Moiseo, seconded by Alderman Conken. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. That concludes Public Works Committee for the evening. Next is Finance Committee. Alderman Newsom.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item A, motion authorizing the Director of Finance and Administration extend a contract with Agilon Accounting Principles through April 30th, 2013, an amount not to exceed $60,000. Budget code 100-1036-24436, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
Item B, motion authorizing the Public Relations and Marketing Director to issue a request for proposals, RFP, allowing for citywide website consolidation and redesign, including accessibility with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
No.
Ayes have it.
Item C, approval of ordinance 12-0, allowing for the redemption payment and defeasance of a portion of the outstanding general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2010B of the City of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Could someone explain that?
Oh, yes, Alderman Tempest.
Explain what we're doing.
Yes, Tina, could you provide us with a quick overview on that?
These were the bonds that were issued in relation to a wrongful incarceration lawsuit. We've received some proceeds from our insurance carrier, so we're going to retire some of the debt.
The Dominguez case. Thank you, Tina. We have the motion before us. Roll call.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Aye. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Aye. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. And I want to thank Corp Counsel for all the work that they did in getting us to this resolution on the Dominguez judgment. It wasn't 100% what we wanted, but it was the best we were able to get out of the situation, so it will help us reduce our outstanding debt. So thank you very much. And that concludes Finance for the evening. Thank you very much again for all the work you do on Finance Committee. Old business, item A. This was held over at the last meeting by Alderman Moiseo, which is the approval of the annual appropriation ordinance of the City of Waukegan, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2012, and ending April 30th, 2013. Do we have the desire to move this forward for a vote, or do we have a request?
Are we ready to move or no?
No.
Okay.
Would we like to make a request to hold it over? Someone needs to do that.
I will.
We have the request to hold this over again by Alderman Tempest, so this will be taken to the next City Council meeting. But we do need to get ourselves in a position of passing this, because I have to be honest with everybody, it's getting hard to do our budget, I have to say that I wanted to order, I know it's small things, but the small things are the ones that get you, and wanted to order some supplies, and we're kind of told that's all on a hold right now while we're waiting, so.
Well, there's another motion to take care of that.
Right, there's another motion, but it's still the small stuff that we have to kind of watch.
If I may comment.
Please, Alderman.
Why we want to hold this up, you had a meeting today of the 10 million bond. It didn't look like that, so that's got to be out of there. We don't have the ordinance in front of us. I know.
I have
What's
the
that?
Corporation Council. She has it.
We
have an option here of the ordinance.
Yeah, but
Can
you got it
read it?
sitting there, and, well, I'll get it to read. I ain't going to read it right now. I'd like to read everything before I vote on it, and you got it sitting in a pile there. We need the bond, probably, we have to have your finance chairman talk to each alderman and see how they are with the bond. I think some want that out. I think some want the firemen out. Some want the police in. I think those were the three major concerns, were they not? Am I correct? Those were three major concerns? Could you ask Tina to?
I think
Tina's pretty well.
Chairman,
I think those were some of the concerns. Two, just the firemen and the 10 million neighborhood. What was that?
Yeah,
New
the
name?
initiative. Yeah.
Neighborhood initiative.
Mhm.
But I think we can do some discussion on that neighborhood initiative to maybe at a later date, add that in or make an amendment.
Sure.
Once we get some information and some direction on how we're going to, do that.
Doesn't this, question, does the salary ordinance have to be passed before the appropriation ordinance too, wouldn't it? No? Because we haven't passed the salary ordinance.
Doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make any difference? Okay. And again, I want to reiterate to the public and that this is the most important thing we do. It's not the budget. We get up here and we argue about the budget like it's the most important thing we do. The budget is far easier to change and work with. But this, if we don't pass this and we don't do this, the mayor can't cut a check. He can't pay anybody. He can't do anything. And so we got to make sure that our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, and we have all our questions answered, and we have all the information we want, because this is the most important thing we do as a council up here. I want the public to make sure that they understand that, because we get all caught up in this budget process when really this is what legally allows us to spend money, not the budget.
I would like to request that maybe at the next council meeting, the first council meeting in May, that we be ready to pass this appropriations. If nobody's ready tonight with the new amendments that we can make as far as taking those two items out, that we would be ready to pass this appropriation.
I'd be ready to go tonight if we take those two out, the bond and the firemen.
We have that option.
Yeah.
Basically, what we have here are two options. The first option, and really three options. One was the option you saw at your last meeting, which had everything in it. That was option one. Option two would amend that, and the only change would be to remove the $10 million neighborhood transformation initiative program. Option three would be removing that bond, the $10 million bond, as well as this, it's called the SAFER grant, correct? So those are the three options, and I'm happy to pass these out. It's exactly what you saw last time, if you had a chance to read that, except for those changes. So again, option two would remove the $10 million grant. Option three would remove the $10 million grant and the SAFER program.
Could I ask, just respectfully request that, since it's been asked to be held over tonight and we have these other minor changes, let's get that in your hands so you can actually physically have it and look at it and then be ready at the next city council meeting to move forward. Would that be all right?
Oh, that's great.
Okay, can we all live with that then? Okay, great, that's what we'll do then.
Just to clarify, do you want to have it as different options in case there are people that want some but not the others? I mean, we can certainly do it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, could I suggest maybe the one, we have one with both of the items out, if it's all right with the Chair of Finance, and then the one with just mine out, but the firemen in, so you can see those numbers?
Yes.
And then decide what to do then afterwards. Tina, yes?
I know this is...
No, it's not. No, thank you.
Julie, could you please pass those out?
Sure.
Because it's written right on there.
Yep.
It's the memo dated March 29th. changed on the cover sheet, and it's also changed. There's only 2 places that would change for the $10 million bond. It's a large dollar amount, but it's a very simple change.
Same one you gave me before.
And
So I've read it then.
for
Okay.
the SAFER grant, there would be changes to that fund and the $10 million bond. That's it. These are very simple changes. They are written on these documents. They're here before you. It would simply be an amendment to the appropriation ordinance already as presented.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, other than that, unless I hear directly from an alderman, I'm not sure what else I could prepare at this point, other than what's in front of you.
Well, I think the document that we're providing now will give them a chance to read, and if they have any, I'd like to have that 2 weeks, just in case there's additional questions that we can do that. Oh, we need one more. Okay, you can have mine. I've got a copy.
You need one more?
I've got, here it comes. That's it.
I got it down here.
Do you have an extra two?
No, we're good on this
There are
side.
2 options that I passed out, so you should have gotten.
One-
And it
one-
explains it in the right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is the second option right here.
Yeah.
Here, just take that down. I've got these in the office, I'm sure, so. Okay, thanks. So that's what we'll do. We'll come back and hopefully be prepared to pass everything and, you know, deal with this at the next meeting. And please call us if you have any questions about anything you see, so we can get everything sort of in line as much as we possibly can. So, seeing as that's been being held over at the request of Alderman Tempest.
Yeah, but
Yes, sir.
before we do that, we have this library. Could I ask him a few questions there?
Oh, if you have a couple questions for the library, absolutely. Is Richard Lee still here? Richard, let's see what the alderman has, and come on up to the podium for a moment, please.
Before I get started, Richard, I want you to know I've been a friend of the public libraries. You run a great library. I just wondered, in fact, I asked you once as finances come, I championed opening it on Sundays years ago, way before you were around. I've been around longer than you. And I got it open on Sundays, and it was a battle. Then I asked you just recently, as the financial crunch comes, maybe closing the library on a Sunday would be an option, and you thought, no, it really would not be. My next question is, I believe in your budget, as we looked at ways to cut and so forth, did you not have in your budget some funds to rechange the facade on the building and so forth?
No, we're applying for a state grant to do that.
Okay, it'd be a state grant, not out of the library fund.
Right.
Okay, now we all know. But I heard, you know, you're doing this, and I said, well, we're short of money, why would he do that?
Right.
That's a state grant.
No state grant, no progress.
The next question, your budget, how much more is it this year as compared to last year? Dollar-wise or percentage-wise?
Well, 2 years ago, we lost 5%, and we just reclaimed that 5% back, so we're, in my estimation, we're standing pat.
You're saying, Pat, 2.5% a year. You lost 5% the year before.
Right.
This year, you put the 5% back.
Right.
So in the last
There's no,
2 years,
there's no gain.
There's no gain.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so you haven't gone hog wild on me.
No.
Okay.
I'd love to, but no.
I know you had some layoffs.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
A year in March.
What's that?
It was a year in March.
And how many did we have at that time?
We laid off 5 full-time.
And did you call any of those back at all yet or not?
We weren't able to.
You're still,
Right.
with a 5% gain, then if you got that percent is gone, those that you laid off, where did the extra 5% go?
Well, in 2 years, everything has gone up. Everything has gone up. The cost of everything from the materials we put on our shelves to health insurance to our portion that we pay as an employer for IMRF, everything's gone up.
Okay. Okay, and salaries, how are salaries approved by your board?
Yes, they are.
And the board is appointed by the mayor, approved by the city council?
Yes, that's correct.
And a little history lesson for you. The city workers always used to look to see what kind of raise the library is going to get, because it kind of guide what they might get. What kind of raises did your employees get last year?
Zero.
A zero raise. last year before?
Zero.
So the last 2 years have been
No cost of living, no merit increases.
no merit either?
Nope.
Wow.
And if I don't do something soon, I'm going to start losing people.
Well, I would hope we'd be able to maintain the kind of library you've run in the past, but, okay, that answers, I think everybody should know, because you hear rumors,
Absolutely.
and the only way I can get to the fact is ask you in a public meeting.
Right.
But thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman May? Yes, please.
I just want to also draw everyone's attention to the fact that they're great fundraisers, and their budget's a lot more than what we appropriate for them because they are such great fundraisers. And they're able to deliver a lot of their programs because of the fundraising that they go out and do and the grants they apply for. So I really appreciate how you guys go above and beyond to fund the library.
Thank you.
And people need to know that. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate your being here. Okay, so item under old business is being held over, and hopefully everything will get sorted out and we'll be prepared to move forward at the next city council meeting. We don't have any reports and communications before us. Under new business and recommended actions by Corporation Council, item A, approval of the payroll dated April 4th, 2012 in the amount of $1,262,253.69. I'll take a motion from Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item B, approval of bills dated April 16th, 2012 in the amount of $1,061,730.45. Motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item C, this is a real mouthful, so I'm going to try not to stumble over it too much. Motion to exercise the power granted by Section 8-1-7 of the Illinois Municipal Code to authorize the mayor or his designees to make necessary expenditures and during the 2012-2013 fiscal year on the basis of 1/112 of appropriations made for the 2011-2012 fiscal year until May 31st, 2012, or until the 2012-2013 fiscal year appropriation ordinance is adopted, whichever takes place first, at which time such authority shall expire automatically. Furthermore, non-essential spending is discouraged until such time the 2012-2013 appropriation ordinance is adopted. Motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May. Roll call, please.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. No ordinances and resolutions. Alderman's time, and I would like to alert everybody that we will be going into executive session for the purposes of discussing pending litigation following Alderman's time. So, in essence, after they make their comments, the meeting will have been concluded because we will come back in and adjourn for the evening. Mr. Clerk.
Alderman Newsom.
Pass.
We're going to make it.
Alderman Tempest.
We're going to executive?
No, we're going to do after we get done with the comments.
I'm going to pass.
Alderman May.
Thank you. I just want to address a couple of things. I'm going to sound like a broken record. City stickers, it's your last chance. Make sure you get your city stickers during the month of April. If you wait until May to buy your city sticker, you will pay double the cost. And I also encourage you not to wait until the last day of May because you'll be standing in a very long line in City Hall. There are 4 currency exchanges in town that are selling our city stickers as well. I don't have them listed right in front of me right now, but you're welcome to contact me or the finance department, and you can get those locations. So please get your city stickers purchased in April.
Alderman, if I could, we'll try to get those up on our website.
Yeah, I have them on my, I sent them out in an email, but that's on the 7th ward. My second item, and this will be my last announcement about electric aggregation. But as we all know, on March 20th in the primary election, the citizens of Waukegan rejected the question for electric aggregation. So what does that mean? There's been discussions in City Hall, and I believe that staff and the city in general has decided not to pursue this any further and not to look to put it on the November ballot again. The time frame for saving money on your electric supply is short term. The long-term rates, long-term contracts that ComEd has will expire in 2013. So your window of opportunity is closing. I do want to remind people, though, that they still have the ability to go out and negotiate their electric supply rate on their own. If you go to a website called pluginillinois.org, or if you go to the city website, you can click on the button that says Plug in Illinois, and there's a mechanism in there where you can compare electric prices. Just like shopping for a fridge at Sears online. You can pick and compare, you can choose green energy, you can use 25% green energy. There's all kinds of options. It's a really user-friendly website. So if you still care to negotiate your own, it's only the supply portion of your bill, everything else stays the same. I encourage you to go to pluginillinois.org, and you will have to be responsible to negotiate your own rate. And that is the end of electric aggregation, and I won't talk about it anymore. My last comment is that I just want to encourage my colleagues up here on the bench to let's get serious about passing this appropriation. It makes it really difficult on staff when we don't pass the appropriation. The appropriation just gives us the ability to spend the money. It does not mean that we have to spend the money. So I just want to encourage all of us to do our homework, and let's get that thing passed next time around. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Alderman Valco.
I'll pass tonight.
Alderman Rivera.
It's nice to get it done early.
In regards to the casino effort, Mayor, I'd like to see if we can get a committee as a whole, put in as a committee as a whole. I'd prefer doing that instead of this casino committee. You know, this way we can bypass all of that, make a decision when everybody is here. So preferably I'd like to put that in the committee as a whole. So we'll get that together in the next couple of weeks. I'm involved with the First Tee of Greater Chicago at Foss Park. I'm chairing this event coming up on June 27th. And it's our inaugural golf outing for the First Tee of Greater Chicago at Foss Park. It'll be held on June 27th, 2012. It's going to be at Foss Park, 7 a.m. check-in, 8 a.m. shotgun start. And what is this about? The mission of the First Tee of Greater Chicago at Foss Park is to impact the young lives by providing educational programs that build character, instill life-enhancing values, and promote healthy choices through the game of golf. And this is providing these educational programs for our children, specifically in the North Chicago and Waukegan area. And we do this by teaching them the 9 core values and healthy choice, healthy habits underscore the life skills curriculum of the First Tee and offer a comprehensive approach to youth wellness. They are values inherent to the game of golf and are values that help guide our young people towards success. And of course, the 9 core values are integrity, respect, confidence, courtesy, judgment, responsibility, sportsmanship, perseverance, and honesty. So it'll be great to see you all there and support this. We all talk about how it's important to really support our youth in this community. This is one great way to do it, and that's through the game of golf. So thank you very much. That is all.
Alderman Cunningham.
Thank you. There's 2 comments that I have. One, Your Honor, I wish you would have spoken to me before you gave an approval, I guess, and such, to this Lincoln business. This has been an ongoing problem since 1999. No one is more easy to do business with than me when it comes to small business. But this particular situation, and I don't think you all have all the history. What you have is a small fraction of what not only myself, the police department, the fire department, code enforcement, and zoning have all been involved with this situation. And frankly, it should have never, ever been given a business permit. Never. You set the man up for failure, in my opinion. But because we were trying to extend something and a gentleman wanted to open up a business, that was his vision, his goal, and he was allowed to do that. But to give them hope now that there's a resolution around the corner, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. There is not just a clash, there's a war that's going on between him and the residents of the 500 block of Powell, South Victory, and South Lincoln. A war. And I would strongly recommend that this not go into Judiciary Committee, because it would become just a battle of neighbor versus neighbor. And as an alderman, that's the one thing we should not be involved in. What I would recommend is allow that business owner continue to work with the building department, the police department, and the fire department to final resolutions. And I might add, he has been given several resolutions, several opportunities to improve the quality of service of how he utilized his business in the parking. I would grant you, before you walk into this door, to give a phone call to 5 of the residents who've been living in that area longer than I've been alive. They have my cell phone, the police chief's cell phone, Dave Marion's cell phone, so every time they have a problem. So this is something I think what we want to do is allow the process that's in place right now to continue. And I think we need to step a step away. We've done everything humanly possible to work with that vendor. Everything. Believe me, I have. So that's my thought. I choose not to have this go into the Judiciary Committee for no open discussion. I don't think it is going to be worth our time and effort. I think what we need to do is continue the path that we're on to try to get some compliance, then move from there. That's the first thing. The second thing is we want to talk about this weekend. As many of you know, we had a rainfall that I've just never experienced in my entire life. So I want to commend Tom Haggerty and his team. That I don't know what that truck is called, that vacuum thing, whatever that truck is, that's the best tool on the face of this earth. It did some things that were just remarkable. Unfortunately, there was some damage done to some homes and to one of the oldest churches in Waukegan, I think within in Lake County's history. But because of the way that I think that those trucks, I'm saying one, I only see one, but I think we had a team of trucks out throughout the city just going through. They just did a fantastic job, not only opening the lines, but how they handled I call them customer, the residents at the time, being very sympathetic and empathetic to what was going on. I just enjoyed the way they interacted with the residents of the neighborhood. So that was just, I just thought I would want to share that now with you, with Tom, and the rest of the council. Thank you.
Alderman Conken.
Thank you. I'd just like to add on to what Alderman May said about the city stickers. Yes, please get your city stickers, but it doesn't pay to get your city sticker and not display it, because you'll get a ticket tomorrow, the next day. They are required to be displayed on your vehicles, so please make sure if you pick them up, make sure you put them on your vehicles. Thank you.
Alderman Moiseo.
Yeah, just one comment more to this abandoned homes and foreclosed homes. I know of someone who is invested in Waukegan. Him and some investors have bought roughly 50 units of foreclosed homes and is in the process of rehabbing them and either rents them or does it on a rent-to-own basis. And don't take this the wrong way, anyone, but he has not had to rent to Section 8. What that tells
Alderman,
you...
I have to ask you not to talk about Section 8 again.
Okay, no.
We were clearly given
that's not what this is
guidance.
about.
Okay. All right,
I know, Mayor.
I'm just concerned.
I read. What this telling you is that there's a market out there for home ownership. And what has happened is that there's a market out there for people who cannot, for whatever reason, qualify for a mortgage, but still have money that want to live in a home. So to me, that's promising. That's a good thing. I mean, these people would not have bought up 50 foreclosed homes and been able to rent almost, not all of them, because some of them are still in the process of rehabbing them, but get a lot of them already rented out to people that want to own them, that want to own a home and have the ability to actually pay more rent than you would for maybe a Section 8 situation. So to me, that's a positive note that people want to own homes in Waukegan, and the ability is there if you look for it. Thank you.
Alderman Beedling.
One item. This has to do with a 74-year-old constituent of mine. Now, Alderman Beedling hasn't been involved in a traffic accident or had any tickets in quite a long while, so I haven't been aware of fines. This particular person hit a patch of black ice. Her car slid off the road, ran into a concrete light base. She did no damage to any private property, public property, only to her own vehicle, which was an older car, which turned out it was totaled after this. Well, she received a ticket for it, and in my opinion, I thought maybe, I think she suffered enough damage on her own without the insult of a ticket, since she didn't harm anyone. But she went to court, and the fine was $224, and it breaks down like this. $12 for court automation, $15 circuit clerk cost, $5.75 clerk operator admin fund, $4.75 drug court fee, $5 document storage, $3 e-citation clerk, 40 cents ITS clerk, 2%, $25 muni prosecution fee, 50 cents prison review board, $12 state police operation, $4.87 trauma, $2 camera grant fund, $5 county, $25 court security, $9 driver's education, $2 e-citation agency, $15.60 Illinois training surcharge, $2 leads maintenance, $20 prison review agency, $10 specialty court fee, $45 fine on TRCVOV, not sure what that means, and 13 cents trauma clerk. My, have times changed, and I think it was for traveling too fast for conditions, if I remember correctly. This is what it looks like when government gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know who all these people are, agencies are, but you used to get a ticket, you go to court, $75 fine, maybe. If you're speeding, it's percentage over, 20 over, 10 over, whatever. This is outrageous to me. I'm done, thank you.
And I do want to make sure everybody understands, if I understand this right, that this was a case that was adjudicated across the street, not in our system?
Park City.
Park City. Okay, that was done through the county.
Right. No, it's not a
Right.
city ticket.
But I just want to make sure everybody understands, if something gets adjudicated here, we don't have all of those, secondary and tertiary charges that were slapped onto that. Alderman Beedling, thank you, because I have to be honest with you, my jaw is right on the desk right now. That's astounding.
She read it to me over the phone, and I'm
it's
wondering,
astounding.
when is this going to end? And finally, she got to the end.
I can't answer to that, other than that they probably fund the majority of their enforcement programs through that funding. And, I'm a little stunned too, but thanks. And I think that concludes the alderman's comments. Would you guys like to take a 5-minute break before we go into executive session? No? We'll go. Okay, a motion to go into executive session by Alderman Beedling, second by Alderman Tempest. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening. That pretty much concludes the meeting for this evening. Thanks.
Congratulations.
This is the first I've heard of this. By Alderman Tempest, seconded by Alderman Beedling. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thanks.
Be done in 2 days.